What's up and welcome back. I'm John Stark from MacTheMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and today I'm going to be talking about time passages, the passing of time. It's not really so much of a review as it is like a concept, maybe like a TED Talk. Actually, this is a review. There's a movie called Time Passages. It's a 2025 release, and I was given a screener of it. So it's directed by Kyle Henry, and he is taking a look at his family and the time passages is sort of going through the video archives that he has of his family, plus, general family knowledge, and uh, sort of uncovering all of the hidden truths about his family so that he can piece together things because this is sort of set around the time of COVID, and his mom has dementia and is in a nursing home and is not fully capable of having sort of those kinds of final conversations uh, needed in order to get the kind of closure that I think Kyle is seeking here. So it's an interesting exploration. It's definitely a use of the uh, the film, uh, as it were. It reminded me a lot of a documentary I saw last year, Much Ado About Dying, which sort of also explored like a dynamic in a relationship and talked a little bit about aging and what that was like and capturing that on film. But I it didn't have audio description, so it's hard for me to totally get into it because I can't get the visuals. So I got the audio, which there's a lot of, because Kyle does a lot of talking throughout his own whole film because he's really trying to uncover the mysteries of his family, or at least the mysteries to him. It's not like his family is you know, who stole the Lindbergh baby or anything like that. But it's just a personal drama that unfolds on camera, and I think I related to it and I didn't relate to it, which is good. Like there are parts of it that I liked and parts of it that I didn't like, which is kind of why I'm like, I guess, feeling like I'm dancing around it. So I related a lot to um, the the whole concept of nursing homes and everything, because for the same reason that I related to um, the concept of the same tackling the same thing in Much Ado About Dying, and this guy wanting to be in his own home, and there's a little bit of that here, a little bit of that in the couldn't we have found a way for you to be at home, and talking about generational wealth and going through the price of their home, and that sort of thing, and exploring could you have, when I grew up, I had to watch my grandfather die in a nursing home, and it was not a good nursing home. So it was a small town, was the only one that was there. So limited options, and my experience would be to do anything but that. So I get that battle, and every time it comes up in a movie, I just go, "Yep." So, but that's less of the approach here. They're not as afraid of the nursing homes. And as a matter of fact, in this one, when you think about it, during COVID, they're almost seen as being like heroes because they're trying to keep these people from dying, considering nursing homes are such high risk areas. Jesus, I was trying not to cough. Anyway, it was a very professional review where I cough in the middle of it. It's so the nursing home aspect of it is just like a tiny piece of it. The need to have closure was something that I didn't quite get, and that threw me a little bit. I don't think he quite made the case for why he needs closure and like what it was that he needed closure for. And he kept having conversations with himself as his mom. Like he would step in and play and pretend like he was his mom filling in the role. And that took me a little bit out of it, and it took me a little bit out of his narrative and his and like what it was that he was doing as he was trying to answer the questions, and what would she say, like that kind of thing. um I think we have these conversations with people that we've lost, and we're like, what do we think this person would say based on things that they've told us before? It kind of loses a little bit of the documentary narrative for me. um like, not to again continue to compare, but we compare a lot, let's be honest. The critics, and it's everything, like, what have we seen before? What are the thousands of films, especially the recent ones? They're like right at the front of my mind. My Name is Alfred Hitchcock just was a film that a guy imagined what Alfred would say about his movie, and then hired a guy to pretend to be Alfred Hitchcock for an entire movie. And I was like, this is a bit much. I don't know why this is considered a documentary. So, um, it's not that. It had, if anything, it reminded me a little bit of The People's Joker, but like a dramatic version of that, where it felt like somebody was trying to work their shit out on camera, and they were doing it in the way that they had, which was with themselves. So, uh, I liked Time Passages. I liked what it was trying to say and what it was trying to do in exploring family history on camera, and the fact that they had so much of it. They had these really great sort of sit down and talk to the camera moments. I mean, he has moments with his dad, who's been gone for like at least 10 years. I think, if I remember, when they said he passed in this film. So it makes it kind of amazing, the fact that they were able to get as much as they were in there. Um, and his mom does have quite a bit of her on camera too. So it's it is an exploration, and it's not a long movie. It's not terribly long, and I enjoyed it. Um, Certainly, I would enjoy more from Kyle in the future. It's sometimes it's hard to just bring your own personal life onto the screen, because you're like, what do I want to share with the world? And if you don't 100% know the questions and answers that you want, are they really heavy? Are they the kind of things that the audience is going to relate to? Um, like, I don't have any unresolved. I've already lost one parent, and I've never sat around going, man, I wish I could have this conversation. So for me, having that conversation just doesn't. I don't connect to it. I don't connect to uh, that aspect of it. But it's all different. It just depends on what it is that you have to say. And I don't know. I'm interested to see how other people react to it. I'm interested to see how other people grasp Time Passages, but it feels certainly like a project, and it feels like Kyle is doing it too as like a necessary reaction. And the reason why I say that is because I'm not 100% sure he is a filmmaker, like 100% all the way through and through. He mentions at one point that he's able to afford therapy because he has a job that gives him healthcare. Well, if you're a struggling filmmaker making documentaries, I don't know that you have a job that promises you healthcare. So I think he does something else for a living, and then he found that he needed to have a medium in which to tell this thing and put this out to the world. And now we have this documentary. So it could be an interesting exploration and start for a new documentarian in their career, and what is it that they're going to do next. So that's a thought for Time Passages. But if you get a chance to see Time Passages and you can see, I would recommend it. If you can't see, I would say he does talk for most of the film. So the audio description does not have a ton of time to cut in. So it's up to you if you like this kind of documentary or not. Unfortunately, for like basically everything that I do, my grade is always unwatchable due to lack of audio description. But because you are missing a lot, but I don't know how much we would be gaining, is I guess what I'm trying to say. Like there are enough pauses that we would get some visual references, but there are plenty of times when it just feels like we're talking for long periods of time. Either he's talking, or it's footage of his family talking. It's a lot of talking. It's like women talking, the movie. So, yeah, it's, and sometimes with documentaries it's like that. You know, the audio description we get is not necessarily the most verbose. So, check out Time Passages. It's, I believe, currently in release. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And I'll see you guys on the other side.